Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. And I just want everyone to take a step back and understand what is happening. As we focus on the bigger picture, we are seeing historical announcements around our entire global financial system. What we will see in the coming weeks, months, and years ahead is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity. I strongly believe that what we are seeing around the economy, around the banking sector, is all preparing us for the next evolution, the next big step towards 24/7, 365, instant payments. We are seeing the Federal Reserve launching the FedNow service in July. This is a service that, in my opinion, requires extreme amounts of liquidity. I don't believe that they are going to be able to do this without specific services tied to this service. What do I mean by that? I believe things like on-demand liquidity powered by RippleNet utilizing XRP is something that they could tap into, but they could also tap into other things as well. I'm very interested to see how this will work. We don't have any confirmation that Ripple and or XRP are even tied to the FedNow service, but I do believe that Ripple with XRP will significantly be utilized going forward on for liquidity purposes. Maybe not within the Federal Reserve, but I do believe that they will be utilized with select, very, very large institutions, banks, etc. But the reason why I want to talk about the Fed now is because we are seeing steps being taken towards the next evolution of payments. Value creation, value movement, value settlement. ISO 20022. I talked about messaging. I've talked about why ISO 20022 is actually pretty big for crypto by by improving messaging data around finance transactions. It opens the system. Having one messaging format, ISO 20022 standard, right? It allows all of these transactions, these big banks, these systems to be interoperable. It opens a closed loop system. It also allows for fintech services like RippleNet to be tapped in. It means that the power and the potential around some of these networks can be utilized. We did see history in the making, right? It really is a historical, announcement. ISO 20022 messaging standard is great to see rolled out because this is connections to 11,000 institutions in over 200 countries, and I think that this is a huge, huge step towards the next evolution, like I said. And this is going to continue on with major updates going forward on all the way until 2025. And it definitely is going to be a long-term rollout, but ISO 20022, like I said, it's an intricate part of the evolution of finance. And I think that this is just the beginning. I think that when we take a step back and actually look at things happening around faster payments, instant settlement, all that kind of stuff, it all really is centered on DLT technology and blockchain technology itself. Now, when we take a look at what's happening around the entire economy, I think that we are seeing changes happening. We also did see this post over here. Gradually, then suddenly will shock everyone when it happens, even the ones that predicted it. The speed, the global implications, the transformation of value. We could study historical comparisons and read fictional previews, but nothing will prepare us. Stay humble. And yes, I do think that everything that we are seeing, the events leading up to this, I say it's the steps leading up to a big bang like event around finance. These banks collapsing, the financial world in turmoil. everything that we are seeing is preparing us for what's next. We've been talking about it for so long, and I know talk is cheap. Trust me, I understand that. Even the XRP community, for an example, we've been hearing things about global liquidity crisis happening. We've heard about XRP going to this value, this, that, whatever. We've heard about XRP being utilized here, there, wherever, right? But for the first time in history, crypto has the opportunity to be utilized for its proper implementation. XRP, for the first time in history, can technically be tapped in and utilized properly for what it was originally utilized. I shouldn't say originally, because again, Ripple, sourced XRP in order for it to be, utilized for on-demand liquidity. But for the first time in history, we have this liquidity event, and I say in the first time in history of XRP, we have this liquidity event that XRP can solve if these elites want to utilize it. Question is, will they, right? But value, transactional value being moved, settled, etc., that's changing. And we know crypto has the opportunity of a lifetime to change it well beyond any traditional service can do so. Now, over here, we are seeing huge things happening around BRICS. I focused on the BRICS for so long because I do think that what they are doing is streamlining the steps being taken towards the new financial system. We do see here from Bloomberg, breaking: Chinese President Xi Jinping arrives in Russia for a 3-day state visit when he's expected to deliver a strong message of support for Vladimir Putin. And we do see over here, the world today is going through profound changes unseen in a century. Trend of peace, development, and win-win cooperation, multi-centric international relations is irreversible. Transition to a multipolar order is unstoppable. Big things are coming. Now, again, pay attention to the BRICS. I seen this video come up on my timeline, and it really does speak volumes when we take a step back and look at where the U.S. economy is right now. Listen closely to this.
The Federal Reserve knows the dollar is finished. I mean, honest to God, if I could speak about maybe something I've heard at some point, maybe from somebody reputable, maybe not, you never know. I'm just going to throw something out there that I heard, that the BRIC nations want off the dollar, and they're going to do it August 1st of this year. So they have their own version of the SWIFT system, an international payment system that will run everything but the dollar. And joining that list is Saudi Arabia. This is big. China's on that list. Russia's on that list. Brazil is on that list. Thailand's on that list. There's a lot of countries that are tired of the dollar and they want off.
And this is huge because we are seeing an evolution. A new reserve currency is going to rise. With it comes a new financial system. And again, I've questioned if it's going to be one specific reserve currency, or will it be a full-on decentralized system where CBDCs are the main transactional value and there's a bridge currency. One question, will it be XRP? Who knows, right? There will be a bridge currency between all of those CBDCs. And why would this system work? Well, all these nations are tired of being under the umbrella of a reserve currency controlled by one nation. Well, wouldn't a full-on decentralized system where central banks of those nations have their own currency, wouldn't that be the best case scenario? Now again, I'm not pro CBDCs. I don't like CBDCs at all. But in my opinion, I believe that they're coming whether we like it or not. So why wouldn't we get extremely wealthy off of pieces that are putting the puzzle together? This is why I say now is the time to be in this market. Now is the time to pay attention. And the BRICS are expanding rapidly. This got posted on March 5th. Listen closely to this.
Priority areas that we have signaled as part of our BRICS mandate.
Plans for expansion, looking to get more
expansion.
members?
That's a big debate. As you know, the 5 countries came together as a progressive forum. There's a lot of commonality. India and South Africa experienced colonialism and came out of it. Brazil has had experience of, fighting for democracy. They had many military coups and so on. Now they're a strong democratic nation. China has come out of a very difficult period of poverty. And Russia, of course, has had to withstand the Second World War and other experiences. So we come from a history of struggle and have come together to try and shape a common global agenda. Now, when you have people interested in joining your organization, one of the first questions is, do they reflect our characteristics and interests? So while we are ready to discuss expansion, we believe that it's very important that we shape a set of criteria that we would utilize to look at the various countries that are interested. I think it's a plus for BRICS that there are countries that say we want to join you, and they're actually writing everywhere we go. We are asked about this, so it will be something our leaders will discuss at the summit in August, and after that we'll have guidance from them.
But how many countries have sent you the
I
invite
think
that you want to be?
on my desk, I think I have 12 letters.
12 letters?
And I suspect other foreign ministers have had approaches from their own regions. Yeah.
Any names you like to
Yes,
share?
indeed. They've come out publicly. Saudi Arabia is one, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Algeria, Argentina. So it's a growing list. Mexico, Nigeria. So there's huge interest worldwide. And once we've shaped the criteria, we will then make the decision.
And this is exactly why I say focus on BRICS. They are in rapid expansion right now. And they have plans to move away from the US dominated system. And I do believe that they have been very successful in this. And the reason why is because recently we just seen this. I just talked about this in terms of a liquidity crisis growing. You see major nations coming together to inject a ton of liquidity into the US system, back the US dollar and the banking system in the US. But guess who isn't a part of this? Oh yeah, the central banks from the BRICS Plus. The Middle East didn't join these central banks unless they are working on an alternative global reserve currency. Like, this is why you need to ask yourselves why they didn't. The Fed and other central banks tried to head off crisis by keeping dollars flowing. This is the problem. This is the exact issue on why the BRICS want to move away from the US dollar so bad. Steps are being taken. The biggest evolution in payments in transactional value, in value alone, in our entire global financial system is happening before our eyes. Yet most people are distracted. We need to focus up right now. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. Otherwise, it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.